Welcome to Halo of Time, where we explore the past through careful, evidence-based storytelling.
In today's episode, we examine one of the most disturbing and controversial events of the Indian Rebellion of 1857, the Siege of Cawnpore, and the atrocities that followed.
This is not a story of heroes and villains, but of fear, power, colonial rule, rebellion, and the human cost when systems of authority collapse.
By the mid-19th century, much of the Indian subcontinent was governed not directly by Britain, but by the British East India Company.
Though officially a trading corporation, the company exercised full political control over vast territories, collecting taxes, raising armies, and ruling millions of people.
Indian resentment had grown steadily. Land annexations stripped local rulers of authority. Heavy taxation burdened farmers. Missionary activity threatened religious traditions.
Indian soldiers, known as sepoys, served under British officers but were paid less, promoted less, and often treated with racial contempt.
In 1857, this simmering tension exploded into rebellion.
Cawnpore, now Kanpur, was a strategic city on the Ganges River, housing British troops, civilians, and administrators.
Local rebel leadership emerged under Nana Sahib, an Indian aristocrat whose adoption inheritance had been rejected by British authorities.
Nana Sahib was not merely a local rebel, he symbolized elite Indian frustration with British legal domination.
In early June 1857, sepoys in Cawnpore mutinied. British forces led by General Hugh Wheeler retreated into a fortified encampment.
For 3 weeks, the British garrison endured constant bombardment.
Temperatures soared. Food and water disappeared. Disease spread rapidly among civilians.
Children died from dehydration. Soldiers collapsed from heat stroke.
The entrenchment had never been designed to withstand a siege.
On June 27, Nana Sahib offered safe passage to Allahabad if the British surrendered.
The agreement remains controversial. Whether betrayal was planned or panic erupted remains debated.
As British families approached boats on the river, gunfire broke out.
Rebel forces attacked. Most British men were killed. Survivors were taken prisoners.
European women and children were confined inside Bibighar, a residential house.
As British relief forces advanced, rebel leaders ordered their execution.
Roughly 200 women and children were killed.
Their bodies were thrown into a well. The exact decision-making process remains unclear, but the massacre is well documented across multiple sources.
When British forces recaptured Cawnpore, retaliation followed immediately.
Sepoys were executed without trial. Villages were burned. Prisoners were humiliated or tortured before death.
These acts were justified as vengeance.
But modern historians classify them as war crimes.
British imperial history portrayed Cawnpore as evidence of Indian savagery.
Indian historians emphasize colonial injustice, racial hierarchy, and systemic exploitation.
Today's scholarship rejects both extremes.
Cawnpore is understood as a product of empire itself, where oppression produced rebellion and rebellion produced atrocity.
The Siege of Cawnpore was not simply a massacre.
It was a mirror of imperial collapse, revealing how fear, power, and dehumanization distort human behavior.
It reminds us that history is not made only by leaders and armies,
but by systems, and what they do to ordinary people under pressure.
This has been Halo of Time. If you value careful historical storytelling, like, share, and tell us about your thoughts in the comment.